I'm sure by now most of you have seen the video of a woman on her wedding day, and she is describing how her husband, they're married now, broke up with her, and they didn't get back together for 8 months. And she described how heartbroken she was, how she would say, "I love you" out into the atmosphere every night in hopes that he would come back. And then finally, after 8 months, he texted her and said, "Let's go out again." Now, to each their own. Hey, different strokes for different folks. I'm sure there's a bunch of exception to the rule people who could say, yeah, my boyfriend, humiliated me and here we are together in love. But the part that broke my heart was all the women in the comment section who were like, "I hope this will be my story. I hope my ex will come back to me." That is what broke my heart. That is what is sad. If someone tells you they don't want you, let me tell you the story. There was a time when I was still with my abusive ex-husband, and he decided he wanted to separate from me. What he really wanted to do was just fuck around and not have any accountability for it. And I went back home to the small town that we had come from, and I was visiting his grandma. And, she wasn't stupid. She knew what was going on. And she was trying to get me to just come out with it and say it. And I was like, well, we just needed, some time apart so we could focus on his business and, I'm dancing around it. And she goes, "Baby, I don't want nobody that don't want me." And at the time, I was very much a delusional young 20-year-old. I kind of giggled it off and still had my hope that he would come back to me. And you know what? He did. But here's the part that a lot of these exception to the rule people leave out of the story. And here's the part that I hope the woman in that video doesn't learn, because it's a very painful lesson. When you take these men back in these situations where they have dumped you and humiliated you, ended it, told you that they don't care, whatever the case may be, and they get back with you, it's simply because all their other options were no longer options to them. And they know that the door is open. So they're going to come back to you because they've actually had you on the back burner the whole entire time. And there will be more times where they show you again that they actually don't give a fuck about you. They will leave you again. Or, worst case scenario, you will spend the rest of your life proving to them that you are worthy of their love. You are worthy of them you will be proving it to them for the rest of your life, and you will never be satisfied. The goalpost will always move. They might even throw it up in some arguments about how I didn't even want to be here. They will act like the fucking prize and rub your face in it every chance that they can get. Are there situations where a couple can, mutually break up? And maybe they're going to college and they go off and they both grow up and reconnect. Are there, chances where those situations can work out and be successful? Of course, yeah, there most definitely are. But in a situation where a man deserts you and he's like, "Listen, I don't want this anymore, let's break up," and he spins the block again, it's because nobody else worked out. And he's just like, "Well, I might as well go back to this person because they're going to do whatever I want them to do. I'm going to get whatever I need from them." I want us to start taking our L's. And, it's not even necessarily that it's a loss when these douchebags leave you. It's not. What I mean by that is I want us to start be heartbroken. That is a very normal part of that process. You loved someone, you open your heart to them. I'm not going to sit here like a dumbass and tell you it's wrong to feel feelings. That'd be stupid. No. Be heartbroken. Feel it. But I want us to heal in the direction away from that man, if that makes sense. Okay? Because I don't want you to feel the agony of getting your heart broken a second time, repeatedly, again and again, however many chances you give by this person. I want somebody to know today that they deserve better. Okay? I don't believe in taking exes back. I don't believe in it. And I've learned the hard way a couple times in my life. I've been the crash test dummy, okay? I don't believe in taking exes back. It just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't turn out well. I don't remember where I heard this quote from. I think maybe the Hunger Games. I don't remember, but it says the most dangerous thing that people can have is hope. And that can be a good thing, when the world is going to shit and you're hoping for something better and you're actively working to make the world a better place. It's good in those cases. But in the cases of being discarded by a man, that hope that he'll come back one day is dangerous because it can fuck you up mentally and emotionally and ruin your life and put you in a situation where you will spend the rest of your life trying to prove your worth to this man. Even in that guy's vows, he's talking about everything that she did for him. Even in the video, it's just this big emotional thing about how he left her and how she cried for him. It wasn't a happy wedding video. It was wait a minute, and then you see all the women in the comment section like, I hope this is me one day. No, babe, no. Let that man go. No. Oh my gosh, my heart just breaks. My heart just breaks for women on a daily basis. I don't know.